This case, known as Tinker versus Des Moines, is about two students who protested against the Vietnam War in December 1965. An entire school district in Des Moines, Iowa, was unwilling to let them proceed. The Tinkers claim this violated their right of free speech written in the Constitution, but did it really?
We are about to present an actual argument from our constitutional law class to show you what the course is all about. It is unconstitutional to suspend the students for using their voices under the First Amendment, which clearly states, Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. Additionally, the 14th Amendment guarantees that this rule applies to state governments as well, so this includes public schools.
Sure, black armbands with peace signs on them are a form of symbolic speech, and that is protected under the First Amendment. However, no person has the right to engage in a demonstration wherever and whenever they please.
Why would the school district suspend two students, sending them home for a week or more while they miss out on education, for an act of protest that isn't disrupting the learning process, but is in fact helping students understand the world around them?
The school district in Des Moines didn't ask for much, just to take off the armbands, that was all. A school district will not persecute students if it can be avoided, but they were finally forced to take action. Detailed testimony reveals the act took the students' minds off the regular lessons.
Of course the armband protest would catch the attention of the other students. That's the point. They were all part of a lesson on being politically engaged.
Neither John nor Mary Beth Tinker, or any other public school student for that matter, has the right to take control of the essential purpose of schools. Besides, their rebellion was very unpopular. Only 7 out of 18,000 students in Des Moines School District fought for this cause.
Even so, we cannot ignore that it is unconstitutional to suspend students for protesting, because students in and out of school are still persons under our Constitution.
So, what was the court's decision on this issue?
Turns out, it was the Tinkers' argument that won. The court ruled 7-2 in the majority opinion that freedom of speech should not end at the schoolhouse gate.
Maybe, but it's hard to fight for a cause you don't really believe in. I mean, the Tinkers had better arguments, and I'm a huge advocate for every human right. You see, in con law, you're chosen to support a random side, and sometimes you don't get the ones you want. That may not sound fun, but it's worth it. With this method, our tiny eyes are open to both sides of the story, the ones we already know and the ones we thought we did.
So, what does it take to engage students to the point that such back and forths are everyday occurrences? What does it take for students not only to engage with passion, but also the conceptual frameworks needed to dig into the issues that puzzle our brightest minds today? As a political science major who took constitutional law in her 20s, when I became a teacher, I kept wondering, how could I bring that experience to my middle school students who were so clearly ready for such a challenge? Since our 7th grade students and their study of history at the formation of the US government, it was only natural to have a course in 8th grade offering a deep dive to explore the question, once the US Constitution created this novel government, what happened next? Preparing for the moot court experience is where the magic and the real work of con law happens. For each moot court, we choose a landmark case. So far, our students have crafted original oral arguments for cases on freedom of speech, affirmative action, and the free exercise of religion. For each moot court, I randomly divide the class into 2 sides, the petitioner and the respondent, and ask students to momentarily suspend their existing political opinions. After conducting their own research, this is a time for students to articulate compelling constitutional arguments. What logic, precedent, principles, and famous tests should they apply to most effectively argue their case? When the day of the moot court arrives, we open up our classroom to teachers across departments in the school and legal experts from the Wellington community. The prospect of having an audience and getting others excited about their work makes students' arguments that much stronger. Further, fundamental constitutional principles are important parts of our curriculum leading up to each moot court day. What excites me so much about this course is that it provides an opportunity for my students not only to be civically engaged citizens, but also scholars of the history of pressing topics their generation will face. Our work with the Con Law elective brings up exciting prospects for middle school education. It has spurred discussions about how we can facilitate choice and depth in our division. Further, Con Law has demonstrated the capacity of 8th grade students to rise to challenge opportunities, even arguing Supreme Court cases. We continue to investigate how to develop more courses that teach the skills we care about, but through inspiring content that sparks debates, like the one Lou and Ashley just so passionately shared with us tonight. Thank you.